Hey Capricorns, welcome to July 2019. I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so the Magician card tried to pop out, but then it got pushed back into the deck, and that makes me think that you guys are not acknowledging and owning the fact that you create your own world. It's almost like things that are happening right now in your life that you're going to notice this eclipse season. You created it, and I think that that is going to be a hard pill to swallow this month, especially because there's so many moving parts. And it's like to look at every single area and be like, I created this because of this limiting belief. I created this because of this affirmation that I replay daily is going to be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. But use your intuition when it comes to this female air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's some sort of energy there with this air sign where you really just have to go based on gut, because they talk very convincingly. There's something that they communicate to you that, you know, they've have enough experience. They're like, oh, I've seen the blood. I've done it all. I have all the experience. I have all the knowledge. It feels really Gemini, this energy, moon rising, or even their Venus sign. And what you need to do, Capricorn, is really kind of look into yourself. Take a deep breath. When they're talking, like actually take a deep breath. Maintain eye contact or whatever, but take a deep breath and actually check in and be like, how do I feel when this person's talking? Are they legit? Because there's deception here, Capricorn. This is where your July 2019 energy is stemming from. There's deception. There's somebody in your life where you tiptoe around them. You can't actually express yourself with them. You can't actually be your true 100% self, especially the changes that you've made. You've made these incredible transformations that are profound and deep. And now almost it's like you want to step into that, but there's some sort of relationship, some sort of person, or even just situation, or even home or area or workplace where you feel like you can't just fully express that. And I just saw this quote on Instagram where I was like, right. It was like, if you have to dilute yourself to even walk through the door, then that environment is hazardous and harmful for your expansion and for your health and for your mental health and emotional health. And I totally feel that, especially when you have like family obligations and, you know, you want to just, for me especially, I have my Capricorn rising. I go talk with my family and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I want to talk about 5D energy and, you know, and activism and what's going on over here and, you know, this and that. And I realized that I can't with my family. So it feels like even just walking through the door, I need to put a bubble of protection and, you know, I need to spray my sage and, you know, and do this whole ritual just to go and be with family. That's not your home. That's not your place. And it's time to really use probably the full moon in Sagittarius that happened last month in this eclipse season to be like, even though they are my family, they are not my soul family. These are not my soul friends. If I can't 100% speak my honest truth without getting looks like you're crazy and that hurting and that being painful, that is not your family at all. And they don't deserve a place in your life, because that's not supportive, right? If you can't be you, that's whack, right? You need to be authentic. What the hell is the point of living otherwise? And when it comes to family and friends, if you can't be authentic, anyways, there's deception. There is total deception, and it could even be just feeling like you have to deceive yourself in order to be in these spaces with other people. And that is the worst deception, in my opinion, where you can't be free to be yourself. I definitely struggle with that, and that's something that this new moon, this eclipse season, you can release, and you can test it as well. You know, say one random thing. You know, maybe you're a vegetarian and or vegan and your family and friends are carnivores, and even just you saying, hey, you know, that was a living thing. You know, sometimes all it is about planting the seeds, and it just completely transforms. It's like a butterfly effect, right? It ends up completely transforming the way you're viewed, and therefore the way that your world shifts around you. Because like I said, you guys have created your life. So if right now you're struggling in this area, that area, maybe you weren't authentic, maybe you didn't show up, and everything that is not love based doesn't even really exist. So you can just release it and say, okay, like that perception, that judgment, it's not real. It's not rooted in reality. It's just based on my own insecurity and what I'm projecting onto it and the energy I'm putting into it. So I'm thinking, Capricorn, that the deception this month is coming internally, deceiving yourself, and it is time to just make a sacrifice and being okay with sacrificing. And that's going to be the obstacle and the aid. So the obstacle when it comes to the deception is letting go and making a sacrifice, but the aid when it comes to this deception is letting go and being okay with the subconscious sacrifice, okay? So I really do think that this subconscious sacrifice is the need for approval, right? That fear of rejection. So not being authentic and not showing up 100% and stepping into your power is just that subconscious fear of rejection and fear of judgment that a lot of Capricorns will struggle with. Yo, man, Saturn energy has been so brutal for the Capricorns. Like everywhere I look, it's like check in with the Caps, make sure the Capricorns are okay. That Saturn energy, it's so close to Pluto, right? So whatever house in your chart, and you can send me an email, I'll let you know, whatever house Saturn and Pluto is retrograding that is the area of your life you're going through some profound transformations, but where you're gonna feel real serious and kind of depressed. Like the Saturn retrograde energy is totally depressing. We need this down energy right now. We need to kind of be depressed and own it in order to transcend it, right? So if you're feeling low, if you're feeling a little bit emotional, especially during this eclipse season, because that second eclipse is in your sign Capricorn, it's time to just flow with it. Don't deny it. Just feel it. Get angry, cry, do what you need to do to big release, okay? So subconsciously is a magician card. We've created this. We've created this situation. We've transformed enough now. We've awakened enough now to recognize that we've created the situation. It's now what we're going to do with it, because we also recognize that we've invested so much power into it. We're like, we created this situation and we've invested in it as well. Not only did we start it, we molded it, we nurtured it, we truly watched this completely grow into what it is now. And you're starting to realize that something's got to give. You're like, something has got to turn, something has to shift. And family and friends, same energy. They have been kind of co-pilots when it comes to the deception that you've created. It's almost like they've enforced and supported your inauthenticity. It's almost like when you did kind of come out and you were true, that's when they shut it down, because as always, it's just an insecurity and a projection of their own inability to be authentic. So as soon as you kind of, said that one thing, shut it down, Capricorn. Don't go there. So family and friends have absolutely contributed, but it doesn't mean that they have all the responsibility of the blame, right? Hope and fear is your looming responsibilities. It's okay to rest. I'm so late on my readings right now. I'm so late on all the projects I want to do. And I just have to keep telling myself it's okay to rest. This is summer energy. This is really about creating something new and starting something new. But if it feels overwhelming and if it feels like a responsibility, it's not really that fun, right? And what you put in, you're going to get back ×3. So if you're not doing your responsibilities with a level of play and excitement, then stop doing it. Like even now when I do like laundry and dishes, I have to do something fun, like either listen to music or, do something that kind of makes the experience that much enjoyable, because it was ruining my life trying to stay on top of it, right? So now I'm like, no, this is fun for me. I put on my show when I'm doing the laundry, when I'm folding the laundry, put on music when I'm doing the dishes, and I actually try to just flow through the responsibilities because they're there no matter what, so you might as well enjoy it, right? Okay. Outcome, Capricorn, for your July 2019 is that you're going to recognize how much you've invested into the deception that is your own inauthenticity, right? And making sure that everybody else is comfortable, and that means sacrificing who you truly are, what you truly believe, and knowing that you can help, but saying, you know what? It's your life. That's what you're thinking, and what that does is it brings up this masculine air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male energy. That could be their moon, their Venus, their rising, and your marriage to them. Okay, so that's where it's going to get kind of tricky, right? Because you start to recognize how inauthentic you've been and then you look at your marriage or your union, your common law relationship, your partnership, and you're like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, I married somebody under false pretenses because they married somebody who isn't even me. I've now transformed so much where my authentic self isn't who they married, isn't who they started with. So that's obviously going to cause some tension, right, between staying the same and growing and changing. So it's really time, like I said, to focus on your intuition when it comes to this female air sign, because they're going to give you that energy that you need in order to deal with this masculine air sign and the deception that you feel that you've placed upon yourself in order to accommodate this relationship. Love you, Capricorn, so much. As always, if you want a personalized reading, my details are below, and I use astrology and numerology in all my readings. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. Equal energy exchange, right? Like, do what you got to do to kind of flow it back. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next month. Bye, Capricorn.